Hello, welcome to the programme. I'm Ellie Crisell. Well, if you hadn't heard, Labour have won a landslide victory in the general election. So, how has this disrupted the previous sea of blue that was the South East's political map? This was the picture before we went to the polls. All but 4 of the region's constituencies are Conservative. But look at how it has changed. A much more colourful picture, red, yellow, blue and green. Piers Hopkirk reports on a dramatic election result.
It was a Labour landslide so strong that it swept away the blue wall in the southeast. This traditional Conservative stronghold undergoing a seismic shift as across the region Labour celebrated win after win.
I'm her dad, by the way.
Oh, very proud, Dad.
It's the privilege of my life to be elected as the Member of Parliament for Hastings and Rye. I'm so grateful to everyone who's put their trust in me, and I won't let them down.
Delighted to be, I say, the MP for the city I love and for the party I love. And yeah, it's been a great evening. And it's been a great evening for the Labour Party, more importantly, and I think for the country.
It's been absolutely brilliant, and yeah, I can't thank the voters enough. It's fantastic, and I can't wait to get to work.
With 17 seats in the South East, Labour were able to overturn huge majorities in constituencies like Folkestone, Conservative since 1950.
It's massive for people here, and I think with the 4,000 majority that has sent a real clear message that people really want change here.
I do hereby declare that Sojan Joseph is duly elected as the Member of Parliament for the Ashford constituency.
In Ashford, Labour overturned a Conservative majority of more than 24,000.
So my message will be to the people, I will be available all the time to listen to them, their issues, and I will be working with them.
I and many of my colleagues in what were once strong Conservative seats have been swept away. There are times in politics where the tide just goes out on you, and tonight is one of those nights.
And in Medway, it was a red tide that swept in, all 3 seats going to Labour.
It feels incredible, a chance to be an MP in the place that I grew up in, to represent the area that I have spent most of my life in and that I care so much about.
The defeated Conservatives were left looking for lessons and the search for what went wrong.
I blame a number of different things, but, you know, obviously what we saw here tonight, it was really clear that actually, you know, the rise and reform had a massive impact in the Medway seats.
There were significant gains too for the Liberal Democrats, winning 5 seats in the South East. Dorking and Hawley, Tunbridge Wells, Lewis, Mid Sussex and Eastbourne.
We've won by a majority, the biggest in a generation, which speaks to just how frustrated people have been with this Conservative government, but also just how hopeful they are for Liberal Democrats to be a local champion for them in Westminster.
The Greens, meanwhile, held their one South East seat, Brighton Pavilion.
It's so heartwarming to be amongst so many friends and to have won such warm support from Brighton Pavilion.
The Conservatives ended the night retaining just 11 seats.
It's been a dark and tough time, even though it's the height of summer. But for me, we'll be there to work out what really this election has said. It's been, you know, very topsy-turvy, very unpredictable, and to make sure that we as a party hear what the voters think. But many people tonight have voted Conservative.
But this was Labour's night, finally finding fertile ground in the South East as they seek to embrace a new future here. Piers Hopkirk, BBC South East Today.
Well, our political editor Charlotte Wright now analyses what has been an unprecedented set of results for the South East.
The Conservatives' blue wall of safe South East seats has crumbled. An entire generation of voters in places like Tunbridge Wells, Mid Sussex, Folkestone and Ashford have never known anything other than a Conservative MP. Until today. Let's take a look at our 33 seats across Kent, Sussex and Surrey. Labour now have 16 of them, a gain of 13. The Conservatives have just 11. They've lost 18. The Liberal Democrats have gained 5 seats and the Greens are unchanged with 1. But Our first past the post system means the number of seats each party wins does not necessarily reflect the support they have. Labour won 28.4% of all the votes cast in the South East. The Conservatives actually won slightly more, 28.8%. So why the big difference in how many MPs they have? Well, just look at Reform, with over 16% of votes here. They didn't have enough support in any single area to win any South East MPs, but they did take significant support away from the Conservatives. And that opened the door to Labour and Lib Dem victories.
Ashford has been a Conservative seat since 1931, with the former Deputy Prime Minister Damien Green the town's MP since 1997. But not anymore. Claudia Sabasis spent the day in Ashford to find out how people there are feeling about an historic change.
This is a historic change. It's been blue, blue, blue here for 93 years. That's nearly a century. I'm going to pop into town and see what people think. Let's go and ask the bus driver. Ashford has been Conservative since 1931. It's now Labour.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Well, hopefully they're going to make a big difference, because this town does need a big difference.
Well, I'm, or have been, a lifelong Conservative voter. I've even stood as a Conservative in local elections. And yet, on this occasion, I was quite happy to see a change. I didn't vote Conservative this time, I actually voted Reform.
It's a big change for Ashford. There's a barber's right next to me, so I'm just going to go and ask them what they think.
Damien Green's been here for a long time, so...
27 years.
27 years, right. Yeah, probably time for a shake-up.
I'm happy that Labour won, so we'll see what they have to offer.
Well, yeah, they all promise everything and give you nothing. So what they give you in one hand, they take away on another one, then stab you in the back when you're not looking. So.
We don't have very much of a community down here, and I think having a change and being able to agree on something could be that change for Ashford.
Why are you delighted that Ashford's Labour?
Because Tories are out, at long last.
Because looking at his manifesto, I think he has something to offer.
I think we'll see higher tax burdens, and I think we'll probably see a lot more intervention of the state in the details of people's lives.
So not a good day for you?
Not a good day, no. I am dreading it, really, but time will tell.
Indeed, time will tell. Claudia Sabasis, BBC South East Today, Ashford.
Indeed. Well, let's get a final thought from our reporter, Claire Stark. Claire, such a dramatic day, a long day. Where does this leave us?
Well, we have seen that massive Labour landslide across the country reflected in the victories here in the South East. But we haven't seen, as we've just heard, we haven't seen a huge rise in their vote share down here. So what kind of mandate do they have? And everyone will also be keeping an eye on the future of the Conservatives too. Who will lead and how will they regroup after the last few weeks? The Liberal Democrats, they've gained seats down here. Will they hold on to them? And for the smaller parties, will they build on that momentum that they've gained over the last few weeks and in the last 24 hours? The Greens, who've kept their seat in Brighton, will they hold on to that? And Reform, is this the beginning for them? Plenty to watch out for, that's for sure.
We will see how it all plays out, and we'll keep you informed every step of the way, of course. Time now for a look at the weather forecast. Here's Nina Rich.
Tonight we'll see some heavy rain moving its way east. For tomorrow there'll be some brighter skies around, a little bit of sunshine, but also some showers, potentially some showers on Sunday as well, as temperatures stay a little below average. The rain is going to be quite heavy at times as it moves its way eastwards into the early hours, and temperatures with a bit of a breeze staying up at around 13 to 14 degrees. Tomorrow morning there'll be some breaks in the clouds giving us those brighter spells, but a few passing showers every now and then, particularly as we go into the afternoon. Some of the showers becoming a little heavier and more widespread, with temperatures reaching highs of 17 to 19 degrees. Still some showers in the forecast through the day on Sunday, but at the moment Monday looks as though it will be a little drier and warmer.
Well, that is it from me and the rest of the team here today. Kate Recordon is back tomorrow at the earlier time of 12:10. Good night.